Hey everybody, today I am reviewing this book, Myshi and the Frightening Face by me. It's my first book, I wrote it. It's available from Bumblebee Books. You can get it on Amazon, Waterstones, Foils, WH Smith. Reviews on Amazon so far are very good. This has only been out for about 3 months now, but it seems to be doing quite well. This is the first book I've ever had published, and I've read it about 30 times because I had to whilst I was reading it and editing it and reading it and editing it. Um, Thank you to Bumblebee Books, which are part of Olympia Publishers, for helping me get this book out. Reviews and feedback I've had on this so far. It's unlike anything else out there. The whole thing rhymes. It's a horror story for children. Why would you write a horror story for children? Well, why not? There isn't enough of it, and that which there is all to do with witches, it seems. But this isn't about that. This is a story about a little girl whose special power is that she never sleeps. She's never slept. Consequently, she's never had a dream. Because she's never had a dream, she's not frightened of what everybody else is frightened of. So she ventures out one night, even though you're not meant to. So I was very surprised because I sent this book off to 12 publishers and got 7 replies, which included 4 offers to publish. So it was very, very well received. I think part of that may be the style it's written in. The whole thing rhymes. When I was growing up, reading, and still now, I loved Edgar Allan Poe. A lot of his stuff rhymes, his poetry. I loved Dr. Seuss, I still do. And there are rhyming books out there for children. Obviously, you've got people like Julie Donaldson, who's massive. But they're all kind of childish. By that I mean they're aimed at very young children, it seems, which is not what I wanted, because when I was growing up I didn't necessarily read children's books. I just read books. I read Dickens, I read Stephen King, I read anything I could get my hands on. James Herbert, probably much younger than I should have done. But I love horror, so I wanted to write a story that brings together those influences. Basically, I can't actually believe it's published, but it is, and I'm going to read a bit of it to you to give you a flavour, and now talk a bit about what the book does. I'm actually going to give it a 10 out of 10. Surprise, surprise. But let me read. I'll just read you the opening page or so. Give you an idea of the style, give you an idea of the content. Past the land of trumpet trees and greedy grass and honeybees, there is a place down a giant hole where no one ever dares to go. Some say it's a house, some say it's a cave, but no one has ever been so brave to venture to the horrible hole, so nobody really seems to know. But the story is old and very well known, told to children until they are grown, so they remember to stay close to their homes and never go out at night alone. Nobody knows if it's a house or a cave. No one living has been so brave to venture to the terrible place and dare to discover the frightening face. Yes, deep in the hole beyond the trees there is a face nobody sees, at least not whilst the sun is out. It's a face they only dream about when the moon is in the sky and all the people close their eyes. If you should hear a person scream, they might have seen it in a dream, that sad and ghoulish little face. Inside that sad and ghoulish place, the strange and dreary, ever so scary, undiscovered living space. Now, just before the field of flowers, in a town with green clock towers, there is a girl with special powers. Her name is Myshi. She's not the only peculiar child, for many are strange and many are wild, and many have special powers too, but none the same as Myshi. Myshi can dance and sing. She can draw just about anything. She can write and rhyme and reads just fine, but she's never had what we call bedtime. So, because she's never had what we call bedtime, she's never encountered this frightening face. When she sets out on her nighttime adventure, because she's bored, she's never slept, right? She actually discovers the frightening face. She meets the frightening face. She meets the monster, the stuff of nightmares. And then everything starts to unravel. Is he a monster or is he just a boy? How did he become the way he is? It explores themes of bravery, it explores themes of curiosity, it explores themes of racism, it explores themes of bullying. I'm not going to tell you much more, but I'm very pleased with it. I'm very pleased with the response I've gotten, especially the reviews on Amazon. There's 6 of them at the moment. They're all 5 stars, so I'm quite pleased with that. I'll read you a bit more of it. I'd love it, obviously, if you'd read it, if you'd go and buy it, and then review it on Amazon. Tell your friends about it. I'll read you. I've opened the book here, and this is on chapter 8. It's only 102 pages long, so you could probably read it in one sitting. The whole thing rhymes, so it's got a nice prosody to it, bit rhythmic, so that will probably make it easier to read. Let me read you a bit of chapter 8. Across the sky a shadow moved, like an endless curtain being drawn, where there had been stars and blue, a black and yellow swarm. It seemed the swarm would grow forever until all that could be seen was an endless ocean in the sky, made up of buzzy bees. They were bees, they were bees. Millions of bees. The bees from the tails. Myshi realized, and her eyes grew wide, and her skin seemed increasingly pale, as well as the tremor, aroused by the swarm's unimaginable number. The really unsettling thing was the noise, crazier and louder than thunder. The sound rose and fell, the bees' numbers swelled, the swarm seemed to be out of control. Maishimu thought the monstrous bees could eat a child in one go. Maishimu wondered where she could hide from the incoming yellow and black buzzing tide. She couldn't see a hiding place, as the bees flew into every space. They covered the sky, they covered the moon. Maishimu felt dreadfully doomed. The world seemed to shrink and tighten around her. There was no light, only bees did surround her. Ooh. Anyway, there you go. Maishimu and the Frightening Face. Available from Amazon, Foils, Waterstones, W.H. Smith. Published by Bumblebee Books, part of Olympia Publishers, and $7.99 or $10.99 if you're buying in dollars. Hope you enjoyed the review. I hope you'll check out the book. I hope you do enjoy the book. Thank you.